Hello and welcome to APA Referencing. This guide is based on the publication manual of the American Psychological Association, 6th edition, and is primarily for students doing assignments at Central Institute of Technology. When we reference our sources, we are acknowledging the actual creator of the information that we have used, and it's done via a prescribed format, like a mathematical formula. If you don't correctly reference your sources, it's seen as plagiarism, and as a result, your work might be placed on hold or need to be resubmitted. Why do you reference? As we have discussed, it is to acknowledge the sources of information you have used, and also allow the reader to find and check the information you have used. And it also shows the depth of research you have done. How many and what type of sources have you used? You need to reference everything that does not come from your general knowledge. Your general knowledge is a combination of common knowledge, that is, information known by everyone or nearly everyone, usually within the community you live. For example, quokkas live on Rottnest Island. Perth has a Mediterranean climate with dry hot summers and wet winters. Plus, it's the knowledge you have developed through personal or work experience. You will need to reference both direct quotes and any paraphrasing or summarising you do. See the examples on slide 7. And of course, don't forget, statistics, maps or images that you insert will also need to be referenced. Let's look more closely. Referencing is comprised of two parts. There needs to be both in-text referencing, where a brief citation is placed within your assignment, right where the information is used, and the reference list, where full citation details of the work are given at the end of the assignment. Let's start with in-text citations. Direct quotes require author, date of publication, and the page or paragraph number. Summarising or paraphrasing need author and date. Author, date and page are the only content to go in text and in that order. There must always be an author or content in the author field, either individual authors or corporate authors like the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. And if in doubt, meaning you cannot determine or find the author, then use the title of what you are reading. The title will sit in the author's position. Here's some examples of in-text referencing. When you copy the author's information, word for word, with no changes, you are performing a direct quote. And you can do this in two ways. One, just insert the quote and add all the citation information in brackets at the end, or two, use the author's name actively and then add the rest of the information in brackets where appropriate. Whatever the case, you are always providing the same information, author, date and page, only the layout is slightly different. When you paraphrase an author's work, by putting the information into your own words, you must include at least the author and date. The size of direct quotes determines how they are presented within your assignment. Quotes of less than 40 words are incorporated straight into your assignment with double quotation marks around the words. Quotes of more than 40 words require a different layout, where you must start the quote on a new line, indent on the left, and no quotation marks are used. Here's an example of a short quote, less than 40 words. It is embedded directly into your text with double quotes, the only standout clue. Note the full stop comes at the end of the citation. The larger quote is treated entirely differently. The lines are double spaced, there are no quotation marks, and it starts on a new line. The full stop is this time at the end of the sentence, before the citation. Remember, you must include the paragraph or page numbers for direct quotes. And also, that when using large quotes, it is not appropriate to use lengthy blocks of text just as a substitute for your own words. Quotations are included to support evidence, provide definitions, and give strength to your arguments and proposals. For more information, go to Library Online, Assignment Help, then APA Referencing. Where do you find the information needed to create the citations? For books, it's normally on the front and back of the title page, and for journals, check the cover, second page, spine, and the article itself. Here's the citation information for a book, using the cover, plus the title page, front and back. You can also use our library catalogue to provide you with citation information for any library resources you have used. DVDs will be similar. Check the front and back covers, plus watch the program if necessary. Once you know what you're looking for, it's easy. Find the specific citation information required for a particular source in your APA online guide. Before we go any further, let's look at the use of capital letters in titles. It's different to what many of you are used to, in that for the titles of books and DVDs, and journal and newspaper articles, only the first word is capitalised unless the others are proper nouns, like a country or business name. Note that the newspaper and journal titles are different. They have maximal capital letters. So for a book citation, in a reference list, you need the author's surname and initials, the date of publication, the title of publication, italicised, place of publication, and publisher, all set out in the given format. It's like a mathematical formula with commas, full stops, brackets, capitals, and italics in specific places, and all in a consistent order. Don't forget the hanging indent for the second and subsequent lines of each citation. Learning guides are referenced the same as books. Remember, for all sources, we need similar information. We're looking for the author, date, title, etc. Similarly for journal articles, except there will be two titles involved: the article title you have used, plus the journal title it comes from. You will also need the volume and issue number of the journal and the page numbers of the article. Note how the article title is not italicised. Only the journal title is, as this is the main title. If an article is from a journal in a database, then you also need to state the source used. In this example, the article on maintaining the patient's dignity in long-term care is from the journal called The Professional Health Carer. It's from the EBSCO-HOST database, so we add the short URL that relates to that article. Many databases actually provide the correct citation for you. Ask at the library for help with this. Some online journal articles have a special number identifier called a DOI. If this is the case, add the number as shown in place of the URL. Websites are very similar. You are still looking for the same information, beginning with the author. Remember, if there's no individual author, look for the sponsor of the site. Their name will be in large print on most pages, be in the URL or web address, and part of the copyright notice. And if that is not clear, then use the title of the article you are reading for the author. Here are two more examples for the web, one with an individual author and one with a sponsor. Note for the Asthma Foundation, there was no year of publication, so we put N.D. meaning no date. Notice also that the URL or web address is always in the reference list, never normally in text. Here's an example of both in-text and reference list citations for the web. Remember, the in-text citation is only a guide to the complete citation found in the reference list, and whoever is the author in the reference list must be the same author in text. Another popular inclusion in assignments are images or statistics. These are treated the same as everything else, both in text and in the reference list. In this case, there is no author at all, so the title is used as the author, and there is no year, hence the use of N.D. no date. It is always more appropriate to clearly indicate in the reference list that this is an image. Include the word image in square brackets after the title. Reference list tips. Start collecting all this information for referencing as you are doing your research. Don't leave it until the last minute. Word 2007 and 2010 provide an automatic citation program you can use to assist your referencing. Look out for our APA Word 2010 video clip. And please note that the reference list shows all the sources you have actually used in your assignment. It is different to a bibliography, which also shows extra reading you have done but not directly used. This is the reference list for the PowerPoint presentation, in alphabetical order according to the author or title, and indented as appropriate. If you need further help, visit Central's library online or ask for assistance at your campus library. Good luck.